What's up, guys? Nightwolf88 here. Back with a double upload for this evening. A couple hours have passed since I did my first video of the day, and I decided why not give a double upload. I'm not really doing too much. I have been like packing up a whole bunch of my stuff, getting ready for the work trip that I'm gonna be taking. Um, for those of you that don't know, I'm gonna be leaving this Saturday and coming back in a week. I'm gonna be out with the crew. We're gonna be out in an undisclosed location, which I am not gonna tell you guys too much about. Yeah. So I decided, I'm leaving in a couple days, so why not give you guys the story of my first work experience? So coincidentally, it was about around this time, but last year, July 2016, somewhere around that time, mid-July. So basically, there was about a good 20, 30 of us out um, at, I think it was North Carolina that we were working at. So being that a bunch of us at the time didn't have cars or driver's license, I didn't even have my permit at the time, so clearly I didn't have a vehicle. So basically, we rented three shuttle vans, I guess you can call them. One of those three big vans, and we basically had guys on one van, girls on the other van, gender segregation basically. Yeah. And on the third van, we had all the luggage, duffel bags, suitcases, pretty much everything. All the seats were taken out of the third van, so we could like start, just throwing in packages of clothes, whatever we had to pack with us, garden equipment, stuff like that. And I think there were only like two people in the luggage van, being that there were like only two seats, so obvious reasons. So, in my last video, I was telling you guys that this is gonna be sort of a horror story. Man, there's some crazy stuff that was going on at the time, too, guys. Um, I didn't have the YouTube channel back then, but if I did, it probably would have been, you know, pretty similar to how it is now. Um, yeah. So basically, I'm kicking papers around on the floor in case you're wondering what that rustling is. I need to clean my room. So anyway, um, so as a lot of you know, the distance from Mississippi to North Carolina, that's got some miles in between it. So we took about maybe 3 or 4 rest stops all in all. I think we stopped one of those for lunch. We stopped in the middle of a mall. I don't even remember what state we were in at the time. It was just a shopping mall of some sort that had a food court. Didn't mean to make that rhyme. Freaking white trash rapping over here. Anyway, we stopped at a food court, and 7 of the guys, 7 counting me, we were all like, oh hey, there's a Subway over there, because a lot of the stuff there, like I think they had like a Little Caesars and a Chick-fil-A. Some people went to those. There was like this Thai food looking restaurant that served what looked like peanut butter and spinach and hair. No offense to, people from Thailand, but seriously, what were you guys cooking, man, to actually inspire that, at least? So anyway, a bunch of us, we weren't in the mood for much, so we just like decided to take it light and easy. We went to Subway, got some sandwiches. We get back on the vans about half an hour later, and this guy who was sitting next to me, it was like 3 people to a seat, 2 if you were lucky. And we're gonna call one of the guys sitting next to me. Justin was one of them. I don't think Justin's been in too many of my videos, but you guys will probably get to see him at some point. He's one of my friends. You know, he sort of helps out with the channel sometimes. Doesn't really do that much. He's basically the just the blonde character of the channel. He's gonna hate me for saying that. Anyway, so Justin's on the seat, and this other guy who we're gonna call Jeff, I guess. I don't really like want to say his name because I don't know if he wants his name on YouTube. You know, we gotta play it safe. So we got Jeff and Justin. They're sitting. I'm sitting by the window, and I had my 4S at the time. And what I would do with my 4S, it was a really crappy phone, and I was checking on social media. The screen's all scratched up and cracked, even though I had a case. It was just a really piece of crap phone. So, I got this close to my face. I'm leaning over behind the back of the seat in front of us, and I guess I started to look a little bit uneasy because Jeff looks at me. He's like, "Yo, Grant, are you okay, man?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm cool." And I start getting the feeling that I am not okay. And for those of you that have been on a shuttle van, you know that there are windows in the back of the van, but there's no way to open a window. There's no sunroof. There's not one of those window cranks. There's no little button to roll down a window. There's no opening a window whatsoever. If you got to escape, you better freaking choose which fist you want to slice up with glass, man. I don't know. You gotta punch your way out or something. Have some sturdy shoes on. Now, God help you, you go off a freaking cliff and ride into a lake, or well, actually, a lake wouldn't be that. Go into I don't know what I'm saying, guys. You get the idea. Uh, Shuttle vans are not safe unless you have breakable windows or openable windows. So basically, the reason I bring up the window situation, a lot of you guys already know. I feel like I'm about to like throw up. Something was wrong with that subway, and I'll get back to the subway in a minute. Um, it'll be crucial to the story. So yeah, like I was saying, I look like I'm about to throw up. I think Jeff calls out to the front, and this van had like maybe 4 or 5 rows of seats, so he had to like yell, at I think one of the older guys was like driving the van. He's like, "Hey man, can you like find a rest stop or something?" He's like, "Rando don't look too nice." So I'm like, "Yo, it's fine, it's fine." And just about at that moment, something didn't feel right, man. I had like 15 different Kroger bags and Walmart bags. They really tell us to like pack pretty high on the essentials, and I know that may not be the most essential. My thumb just covered the lens again. I know that's not the most essential, stuff to pack, but you know, I knew I was gonna mess up a lot of my clothes with like all the dirt and mud and all the water that we were gonna be working with out there. Sometimes we like do some painting out there, so I had a bunch of old clothes. I knew I was gonna have to separate it, so I had Kroger bags and Walmart bags to basically separate everything in my suitcase. That I separate my clean clothes from the dirty ones. So I'm grabbing like 8 of those, and I started just spewing into each and every one of them. And the thing is, it's like, late in the afternoon. We're all tired. We've been up since 4 o'clock, on the road. So there's people sleeping. They're starting to wake up. And keep in mind, we're in the very back of the van. So everyone starts waking up. They're going, they're like, "Oh man, you better pull this freaking van over, man. I gotta get out, get some Lysol." And yeah, it wasn't a pretty sight, guys. And the thing is, I was hating on myself because I was like, "Gosh, man, like, why?" Because this is like my first work crew experience. Great freaking impression, Grant. But no, they were really cool about it. They're like, these things happen. Like people have gotten sick on the work crew before. It's not the first time. Um, I was still like, I was really pissed off at myself. I was like, why'd this happen? What am I, lightweight? I can't even handle Subway. Like, I'd hate to see what happened if I started drinking, man. Like, if I started drinking in the future, I don't know. It's about to call it a night, man. Yeah, so basically, we pulled into a gas station, and I think somewhere in the process, Jeff kind of freaked out a little bit and elbowed me in the nose. Actually, no, it wasn't Jeff. It was Justin. Justin elbows me in the nose, and he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm face down in a bag of my own vomit. What do you think?" So, my nose had started to bleed a little bit, so I go into the gas station bathroom. I'm cleaning off my face. Um, I'm throwing out bags of vomit and stuff just in the trash can. And basically, we get back in, we hit the road, everything was okay. Um, they knew it was an accident, but about an hour and a half going down the highway again, I got another buddy of mine, and he was like in one of the front seats. He's like, "Man, I'm starting to feel kind of sick too." He's like, "Wait, what'd you eat?" He's like, "Subway." I look at him, I'm like, they had to have done something. They freaking someone like spit in our food, or I don't know, maybe they took the bread and like washed the counters with it before serving it to us. Who knows? Maybe the guy running the Subway didn't like our faces. uh, all I know is everyone, there were 7 of us. I would be holding up my other 2 fingers if I wasn't holding onto the phone right now. 7 of us, guys. Freaking, you can't tell me that I only got sick off of Subway, man. I mean, well, that that's actually, man, I just like screwed up what I was gonna say. You can't tell me that it wasn't Subway behind all of this. Someone freaking didn't wash their hands. They've been serving like rancid meat or something. I don't know what was going on, guys, but all I know is everyone who had Subway got sick within about 3 hours, and it wasn't like simultaneously. No, it took like maybe a few more hours. I think the second to last guy who got sick, last 2 people, they hadn't gotten sick. They eventually did get sick. But, we're looking at them like they're about to turn into a freaking Allahu Akbar time bomb out on this van. Oh, that's not funny. Um, and we're like looking at him. I'm urging him. I'm making him grab like Walmart bags. I'm like, trust me, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Freaking like the old man from Zelda or something. And he eventually did get sick. He's like, bro, we gotta freaking sue Subway or something. I'm like, you want to travel all them miles back? Be my guest. Yeah. So basically, guys, that's why I don't eat Subway. I know that it was just one establishment, that gave us all food poisoning, but hey, I mean, I usually don't even eat out to begin with, to be honest. Um, that's just a common fear I have. You never know what's going on behind those counters, man. I will I will get sushi though. I love sushi. Freaking Chinese food, that is awesome, guys. That's pretty much the end of this horror story, guys. If you want to hear more in the future, leave a like and comments down below. I'm really tired right now. That's why I'm kind of stuttering with my words. I actually just got out of the shower, so that's why my hair is unusually like kind of damp and just slicked back a little bit more than usual. A lot of people were actually saying back when I did my character tribute for David's interview, I had like so much gel and hair mousse. I think mousse, I think is what they called it. I had it just like slicked back, like I was freaking John Glover from the '90s or something. Um, so like I had my hair slicked back, and a whole bunch of people on social media were like, "Grant, did you actually get a haircut, man, just to do that role?" I'm like, No, I would have gotten a haircut just because I wanted to get a haircut. Um, I'm actually thinking about growing out my hair a little bit more around the bangs area. Um, I never hear the end of it from my parents though. Like my parents, what they what they pretty much like rely on is appearance. And other people, they think appearance matters, and appearance does kind of matter. But once you really get to know the person, does appearance really does it really matter that much? I mean, I understand for first impressions, but hey, man, you just gotta, be a little more laid back and not judge people from the way they look. Don't judge a book by its cover. If I don't read. Well, I do, but, you know, not much. That just about does it for the end of this vlog, guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to hear more, give that a thumbs up too. Or comment in the section down below. And if you like the content of my channel, please subscribe. And with that all being said, guys, Nightwolf88 out of here.